Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the launch of 2-Minute Drill and Friday training, all about the pitch, $50,000 of cash and prizes. Come join me. Text me at 949-298-2905 or david@dmeltzer.com. We'll post that up there with Team David Meltzer. Let's get the questions rolling. We got great guests today coming on as well. Let's go, says Mikey. Thank you for joining me, and everyone, good morning to you. Good morning. Where's Team Dave Meltzer? Let's get those numbers pinned up there. david@dmeltzer.com, 949-298-2905. Let me just grab that real quick, pin that. There we go. Who is the one person you'd like to meet in 2021? I would like to meet President Obama. That's who I'd like to meet. So I would absolutely like to meet him. Anyway, there we go. David Meltzer, david@dmeltzer.com. 2-Minute Drill launches today on Bloomberg Television. If you watch TV, Bloomberg is the station it'll be on. It launches on Monday on Amazon. Good morning, Colleen. Good morning, Angelo. Good morning, everyone. Jose, what's the one way to approach cold calling while doing SMMA? Well, remember, stimulating interest is the only thing. That got two choices to either answer or not answer. That's what's going to happen when you cold call. They're either going to answer or not answer, and you got to be prepared. 80% of the time, you're not going to have someone answer. And remember, you have one goal when you cold call. That's to get them to call you back. You can increase your statistical success far beyond that belief there. All right, let's go ahead and get this going here. What's your greatest lesson from 2-Minute Drill? Greatest lesson of 2-Minute Drill is the blend of persistence and allowance, and having faith that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm angling to what I want, but I have faith I'll end up somewhere better than that. And that describes exactly what happened with 2-Minute Drill being picked up by Bloomberg, distributed on Amazon with the unbelievable partners with Verb and Shift Pixie and Jason Waller. Man, it's a killer. We got Eric Lee is on there, all types of great people. And you'll see, because it's tonight at 8:30 Pacific time. You're going to love it. Worst pitch you've ever heard. My favorite worst pitch was the guy had $2 million in revenue, and he didn't even mention it. And then was all upset that we didn't open the doors and elevator pitch for him when he completely botched. He just picked on the wrong things. He gave no quantitative value at all, told some story that had no relevance to value. Remember, the key to a good pitch is to articulate quantitative value to exceed what you're asking for. And within that context, you got to ask. So here we go. Do you have internships? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Please email me, david@dmeltzer.com, if you'd like a remote internship from us. We bring in the best of the best and provide relationship capital, situational knowledge, and empower others. So please email me, david@dmeltzer.com, if you'd like to learn more about our internship program. So thank you for asking. Best interview you've done recently? I did the minority entrepreneur show with Solomon, and that was probably the best interview that I've given. Andy Frisella was another one with the Real AF, the real Andy Frisella. That was a really good interview with my friend Carlos Reyes as well. Joined us in St. Louis. It was the last time I've traveled. How to stay consistent on anything. I believe lowering the bar helps you stay consistent. Being able to, the Minority Business Access podcast with Solomon Ali. There you go, Jake. Thank you. Yeah, check that one out. It'll be coming out soon. Really good interview, though. Hitting the topics. All right. Let's see. Everybody loves the Real AF interview with Andy. So did I. He's amazing. If you haven't tried 75 Hard, it's a great program. Get it, Andy. All right. Connor Riley at Misto Box Coffee. Are you here, my friend? Let's see. We'll look and see to join. You got nobody to go live with there. We'll answer questions until our friend Connor comes on. What was your favorite sport to play? Always football, next baseball, then golf. So those are the best that we have. Jakey Bakey is here. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, 24th birthday for Jakey Bakey. And he's an extraordinary employee of mine, extraordinary friend, extraordinary family member of mine now. That's the way that we do it. There's our boy. There he is, Connor at Misto Box Coffee. Come live. Talk about pitching today. Your great topic. Been on Shark Tank and understanding the emotional connection of coffee because I think Misto Box does such a nice job. Hey, Connor, how are you?
Yeah. What's going on? Doing great. How you doing, David?
I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
I'm great. I got no complaints here in lovely Phoenix, Arizona. Weather's nice.
Yeah, we feel the same way in Southern California. And today's a big day for me. I'm launching my second pitch show. You know, we had elevator pitch. Now we're doing 2-minute drill.
Congrats.
And you, my friend, who I've seen pitch on Shark Tank, and
Correct.
my friend Mark Cuban invested in you.
He did, yes.
But what was interesting to me is you really hit two things that I want to stress. And it's one, credibility. So I want you to talk about the credibility of a coffee subscription business. And then two, the emotional attachment that you were able to articulate the value of that emotional attachment, not only of your business, but of the product in general, of why, you know, a Starbucks, for example, is successful because of their experiential emotional. So if you could touch on real quick, the credibility of Misto Box and the subscription-based model, and then two, the emotional attachment.
Yeah. So what do you mean by credibility, I guess, in specific?
Yeah, no, well, you know, a lot of times when you're in a crowded space, you know, coming in there, it's like, okay, man, you got Super Coffee, Power Coffee, Misto Box, Starbucks, Coffee Bean, you know, to list them all out. Why are you credible that this is going to work? I mean, coffee's coffee.
Yeah, coffee's coffee. Good question. So I think that we are credible because, you know, we aren't our own brand of coffee, right? Misto Box doesn't have its own brand of coffee. We strictly work with what we feel like are the best coffee roasters, you know, across the country. There's lots of great ones. We work with what we feel are the best. So we have a team of professionals, people that have been working in coffee collectively for over 15 years that are going out, that are vetting these, you know, independent coffee roasters that we work with, and the coffees that they provide. And we are also in a position. So kind of the way that the subscription works is we send you coffees that are personalized to you, right? And without our own brand, you know, it's indifferent whether we send you a coffee from Roaster A, Roaster B, or Roaster C. So that adds some credibility to the mix that we're not biased in any way. We're simply going to send you the best product that we feel like you are going to be the most compatible with. That combined with the fact that there really aren't, especially when we started, there's more now, but there really aren't a lot of like multi-roaster subscription services out there. And so if our product and our service is something that you're interested in, we are going to be one of, if not the most credible place to, you know, come sign up, subscribe, and receive coffees.
And it's a super timing, right? You've been doing this in May will be your 9th year coming.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yes. May will be year 9. We started the business out of college, out of an entrepreneurship program in May, which is basically right after we graduated, May of 2012.
Where did you go to college?
University of Arizona.
U of A. And I know, so you're one of my favorite of the young entrepreneurs that came out of college, next to like Rubio's came out of San Diego State's entrepreneur program early on. And I love the story where, you know, people utilize it as their college project and get like a D or an F. And
exactly. Going to succeed, right? Yeah. It's funny how that works.
So, yeah, well, you know, if you've never done it yourself, how are you going to know how to do it? I always say the best way to do to find out what to do. Now, let's talk about the emotional connection, because you touched on it with the personal choice with over 50 roasters that you have, being able to have a subscription-based model. When you started was a unique thing, right? A lot of people have mirrored that type of service. But now during COVID and the pandemic, you know, what a blessing it's been to be able to subscribe to and have choices so that you're not stuck at home brewing your own. So you know, how has that fit in on the emotional side, especially concerning the pandemic?
Yeah, so I guess from an emotional perspective, like for me personally, to be able to provide an experience to an individual or individuals, depending on the size of the household, that they start their day with is a powerful, like it's a powerful emotional thing for me. And then to at the same time provide that experience to them that is also benefiting, you know, a small independent coffee roaster, a roaster that is, you know, geographically isolated for the most part to the region or community that they operate in, giving them a national presence and being able to bring them, be able to support them and put their product and their craft and their hard work into somebody's household, you know, that lives, you know, on a different coast is a powerful thing. So I think those are the two biggest emotional attachments that I have to the business. Things that I really enjoy, things that the people, you know, our team I know really enjoys as well. And in addition to kind of touch on how the emotional component plays into the impact of COVID-19, like we're extremely, extremely fortunate to be in the position that we're in. We're one of the few businesses, you know, out there that have benefited from it. And to be able to bring people an experience, you know, at home in a situation where a lot of people, for one reason or another, aren't able to go out to the store, to be able to bring them an experience that's safer, that's not going to put them in harm's way is something that, you know, it's something that myself and I know the rest of our team really enjoy as well.
Yeah, I know. And the last part too is you've gone through an acquisition in November that takes it to a whole nother level of experiential, emotional attachment of home brewing and education.
Yes, correct.
With Clive Coffee acquiring you guys. What was to you the main benefit of that acquisition beyond the economic side of it, where you're providing more value to your customer?
Yeah, so for me, it was kind of twofold. It's the team that they have there, which is absolutely incredible. The team that they have is a bunch of people that really enjoy solving the problem that they've set out to solve. There was a lot of similarities between our team and their team, a lot of synergies involved. And then also, it just kind of, to me, makes the most sense to round out the product. Somebody that's looking to get into coffee, right? They need equipment, they need education, and they need the coffee itself. And now we're going to basically become the one-stop shop for all three of those things.
Yeah, right to your door, which is really nice. Last question real quick. You know, obviously a lot of people dream about, you know, being acquired and having these types of things. And, you know, once again, showing and illustrating overnight success in 9 years, which is perfect. I try to tell people, even great young people like Connor, it takes a little while and a lot of persistence. What was your biggest fear with the acquisition? I know everyone dreams about the positive stuff, but what was your biggest fear?
Biggest fear for me is, it's kind of twofold. So for me, it's like kind of losing control in a sense. You know, I've operated this business, like I said, for 9 years, where I've had a co-founder for the first 7 years of it. But for the most part, for the last 9 years, like I have been in control of every decision that's been made. I have been in control. Like I make the decisions, and it's up to me to kind of carve the path that I want for the company. And now when you've been acquired and now there's more heads at the table, some of that decision power and I guess some of that decision power kind of goes away, which to me is scary. And then additionally is, you know, the fear of the current team that we have, people that, you know, I've been working with for years and years and years, people that are loyal to me, people that I'm loyal to, people that I love, potentially not being happy with this new transition that occurs.
Right on. Yeah, that's always a concern is, you know, the bigger team that also is benefiting. Just real quick, so I got 1 minute. Do you ever look back and regret the percentage that you gave Cuban?
Never.
Nice.
If I could go back, I'd do the exact same thing over again.
That's great.
Yeah, it was incredible. He was phenomenal. You know, it just made sense where we're at in the business. You know, we had $40,000 in sales when we went to Shark Tank, and, you know, $75,000 investment. That was a valuation that was warranted. He was phenomenal. He was nothing but great, exceeded my expectations drastically. And so, yeah, I would, if I could go back and do it again, I would definitely do it. No regrets.
That's my boy Mark. Awesome, man. Well,
He's
Connor,
great.
congratulations on the merger. Congratulations on the growth and acceleration. I think you are suited and positioned, especially concerned how we've changed over the last 10 months to really succeed with an end-to-end solution of in-home brewing and education and drinking and experiencing coffee. Congratulations with Mr. Box. They can find you at Mr. Box Coffee. Where else can they subscribe? MrBox.com still?
Yeah, MrBox.com. That's it.
You got it, my friend. Thanks. You come back and see me, okay?
Will do. Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
Congrats. Have a great week.
Yeah,
Take
thank
care.
you. You too.
Right on. All right. There you go. That's a true entrepreneur. Right out of college. His project, Connor Riley at Mr. Box Coffee, MrBox.com. And they've just done it right. And, you know, I love the fact there's no regrets on taking on mentorship, relationship capital, the what, the who, and the why of doing so. Thank you for coming on, Connor. All right, let's see here. Kathy Cunningham, Mama. Here we go. Geraldine's. Where is my friend? Mama Geraldine, not here. All right, I'll take a quick question if I didn't miss. So go ahead. Give me a request, my friend. There we go. We will have Kathy Cunningham on. What are you most looking forward to post-vaccine? You know what? I look forward to the same thing, enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of my potential pre, during, and post-vaccine. So that's awesome. Do I see the integration of Verb with Twitch? I think there's great possibilities there. Absolutely. There she is. Hey, Kathy. All right, we're going to bring on Kathy Cunningham at Mama Geraldine's, our delicious, nutritious. There she is. Good morning.
Here I am.
How are you?
Well, apparently a little low tech, or we wouldn't have had a little bit of a glip there. So.
Fine. You're fine. That's what this is about, just an informal conversation about promoting your great company and unique offering, which I think is super cool. You built your company based off of what I think a lot of people dream of.
Got to put them back on. I can't hear if I can't see.
That's all right.
Just be honest with you. Okay, here we go.
Honesty works for me. But you based your company off of, I think a lot of people have their favorite recipe. And their moms, their grandma, their aunts, and they say to themselves again and again, every time they recreate it or taste it, they go, you know what, I should do this. You know, what was the turning point for you when you sat there with your delicious cheese straws and said to yourself, God, this is my mom's recipe. I should make a business out of it?
Well, David, it was clearly a midlife crisis. Let's see, I was in my mid-40s, no, early 40s, I guess, working for ABC Broadcast, and you're a broadcaster. I'm a former media sales executive, and me and the corporate culture just were not laughing at the same jokes. And so I just had this premonition that they weren't going to change for me, so perhaps I would change for them. This went on for a while, and one evening, one January, I'm drinking some wine. I'm eating my Mama Geraldine's cheese straws, and I went, wait a minute. I can make a business out of this. Now, at that time, the only thing I knew about food was I like to eat good food. So I had volumes to learn and a lot of mistakes to make along the way to kind of get this thing right. So, you know, that's the way it went to begin with. It was crazy.
And as a seasoned professional, you seem to have a great grasp on one, humility, and of course, vulnerability. But moreover, asking for help seems to be aligned. What type of help did you seek, knowing, you know, you were a seasoned vet and you were switching into an industry, like you said, you didn't know a lot about, but you knew you had a good product and you knew you liked to eat. Where did you go first for help to get started?
I had no shame whatsoever. I would ask anybody and drive anybody crazy until I got the answers I thought were right. I went to entrepreneurs. I went to food entrepreneurs, most of which said, don't go there. You know, you're never going to make any money. It's just going to be one hardship after another. There were times where I wish I'd paid attention. I'm delighted today I didn't. But I am, unlike your wonderful coffee entrepreneur, I'm far from an overnight success. You know, I'm 22 years into this. So, and it seems like to me we're just now getting it right. So, you know, what can I say? But we talked to everybody. I think the most confusing parts were going to banks. I literally went to a couple of banks, and I'm not kidding. This is Mama Geraldine's here. This is the gluten-free version. They would blow through 2 boxes of this and go, we just don't loan money to food people. But I love this product. so that in itself was quite a learning curve. But finally, we pulled it all together, made it happen. I had to build my own plant. I had to go seriously into debt. Most people go, oh my God, how do you sleep at night with all the money you owe? I go, like a baby. I said the worst thing would be never to try at all. So, you just have to roll with that. You just have to go with it. I will tell you one other thing. I have a great crew, great staff, but CEOing is highly overrated. When there's not a lot of folks between you and get her done. Now, I'm one of the lucky ones. I've got a couple of office people who make my life more than bearable, sometimes even easy. So I get lots of credit to Ashley and Nicole and plant manager Darlene, and it's the teamwork. It really and truly, you can't say that enough as an entrepreneur. It is the teamwork.
There's a duplicity to that I found. My dad always said, employees and overhead, those are the two things that you wish upon someone you don't like. But there's a thing my dad didn't teach me about entrepreneurship, and that's if you're blessed like you and I to have this extraordinary team around you, now you're stuck in a position where, the CEOing, as you state, is very difficult because, the one thing that will keep you up at night is, the accountability to your team and their families and, making sure that, our debt we can handle and sleep fine. But what has kept me up at night are the young people that have invested so much into the company and themselves and myself, and feeling accountable to make sure that we stay in business so that they have, money on the table to buy the foods and the houses and the vacations that they well deserve.
Well, that is very well put and so relevant with the pandemic today. In March, we had no idea, like every single food service entrepreneur, food producing person, were we going to be able to stay in business? So when we knew we were able to, I did something that was actually fun. Of course, we all had to wear a mask. So I created the mask wearing bonus. You get $50 a week for wearing it and not whining. Now, the not whining part was a little dubious. I didn't want anybody reporting to me if somebody's whining either. So anyway, so that was one of the ways I showed value to my employees for doing what was over and above. They could have said, no, can't wear one, too anxious, too crazy. I said, well, then you got to go home. So we made some adjustments, but not unlike any business in this great United States that didn't have to make adjustments for what was coming next, which we weren't even sure what was going to happen. So there you have it.
You were selling media way back when, before you started this company, but having you on my IG Live, you have a huge charismatic personality that is
so
blown
kind.
off my screen. You should be in front of the camera more. Have you utilized that personality at all because of the media and content side of what we do? I can see you're on my IG Live, but I'm sure when you first started, you weren't a camera person. Now you seem to be quite a great spokesperson for your own company with huge personality. I can see the comments. Everyone's loving you. I'm loving you. I'm sitting here going,
oh, you're so
sweet. Be the
I need this.
spokesperson for me. I got to talk to you about coming on my new TV show. You'd be an amazing judge.
I'm in.
Yeah,
Color me in.
We got the cheese straws. We'll promote your company as well.
Got that right, yeah.
But, has that been a dream to be, because, being in the media side, I myself being a sports agent or marketing guy, I had to ease in kind of like a Joe Osteen, right? He's 17 years behind the camera, and he's, to me, one of the best performers that I've ever seen in front of a camera.
Yeah, he is.
You really glow yourself. Has that ever been an aspiration of yours? Or
Well, in the beginning, absolutely, having come from media.
Yeah.
Then along the journey, we fell into quite a few potholes. I make a joke. I said, I have crawled out of more potholes than they have in Texas to keep this company alive, right? And so now that we're on the other side and enjoying a lot of success, who doesn't love to talk about good times? Who doesn't love to talk about how you've survived it, made it, and come out the other side, at least, but still a work in progress, okay? So, yeah, I love it now. But you know, it's real hard to come on and say, well, things aren't going so well. You know, just really nobody kind of wants to hear that. And so that went on for quite some time, David.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to be on a PBS special called In Depth, and I could not tell you when it's going to air, or they won't tell me, so I can't tell you. But yeah, I enjoy doing this. It's fun. It's really fun to give people the hope that their idea, or if they're struggling, like I did for many years, they're going to make it through. So I like doing that part, as you do.
Exactly. I always tell people I found out in my low times that rock bottom actually had a basement. I just didn't.
Oh, that's great to know.
Because I was down in that basement for a tiny bit, but with a positive attitude and a smile, just like you. I'm sure. Well,
it's
check
all
out
about the
tonight. I'm
attitude.
doing 2-minute drill tonight. Watch
Okay.
the show. You tell me if it's something for your company and you to join me, because I have season 2 in June. We'll film in March. You can do it in person or virtually. It's 8:30 Pacific time tonight on Bloomberg or Amazon on Monday. It'll be on
Okay.
Amazon Prime, called 2-minute drill. But I'd love for you. You're an incredible woman, incredible
Oh, you're so
entrepreneur,
kind.
and we are such big fans. And I'm going to have to go out and get myself some of those cheese straws.
Just
I love the bank
remember,
store.
snack on, y'all. Mama Geraldine's. Here we go.
At
Have a
Mama
wonderful
Geraldine's,
day, everybody. You
at
got
Mama
it.
Geraldine's, MamaGeraldines.com. Anywhere else to get them?
Oh, let's see. Kroger, Ingles, Food Lion. Oh, Lord, don't Piggly Wiggly, IGA stores. If I leave anybody out, I'm in trouble.
The HEB?
So my brain, yeah, HEB, HEB Central Market, absolutely.
I saw them there when I was traveling. So.
Thank you very much. Wonderful
got it.
people.
Thank you
All right.
so much, Kathy. I look forward to doing more with
Thank
you.
you.
You
All
come
my
on
pleasure.
here anytime.
Okay.
You are a light in a very dark time for many.
Thank you so much. Yeah, indeed. Take care. Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. There you go. Positive attitude always wins. It just takes a little bit of time. I know my next guest is here, the great chef, Anthony Serrano. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll be cooking. Here we go. Let me grab Anthony real quick. Thank you for your patience, my dear friend. And you can see we're moving and grooving here. Hopefully we'll be mixing something up for us. Hey!
Hello, how you doing?
Looking good, my friend. How are you?
Well, you know, I'm in beautiful Arizona, so the weather's perfect, so I thought we'd do some grilling. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm getting my grill fixed right now. We're in the Southern California time where you get your grill clean, ready to go, because I'm probably cooking. I travel 200 days. I always say 200 days a year pre-COVID, and I grill 100 days, and it's now switched. I'm grilling about 200 days. I had to get that grill cleaned. So
There you go. Well, you know, and that's one of the things I'm always telling people. It's like you can use your grill for a lot of stuff, not just what you normally grill a steak or some burgers on it. You know, the other day, the kids wanted some frozen mozzarella sticks. So instead of turning on my oven, wasting that electricity, heating up the house, I just put them on my grill, use some indirect heat, which I'm going to talk to you about and show you some different cooking methods. And I cooked my mozzarella sticks on my grill.
Oh, I can't wait to learn, man. Let's get right to it, because I'm sitting here. I love to cook. I love to eat, but I love to use my grill, and I'm actually thinking about getting a griddle as well. So maybe if you could touch on a little bit of that for me, because I'm looking for, I got a huge Fire Magic, but I got no griddle. I got the red infrared. I got the rotisserie. So I'd love to see the multiple uses that we can cook on a grill with.
Yeah, definitely. So let me show you what I'm going to teach you how to make today is my ultimate bruschetta nachos with a queso sauce. That's, it's perfect for tailgating. So we have our bruschetta nachos right here. Nice,
awesome.
Cheesy, nice and warm. So what I did with those is they're really, really easy, really tasty. And I'm going to show you some of my ingredients here. So I have our nachos. I just got some chips, have them laid out here on my sheet tray. Then I have some cheese, some rotisserie chicken. I always like getting that rotisserie chicken and reusing it the next day for multiple purposes. That's one of the great things about this.
And now, do you cook your own rotisserie chicken or just buy it at the grocery?
I do. I like this grill that I have. It actually has a rotisserie attachment. So, I do it that way. But most of the time, it's much more affordable just to buy a rotisserie chicken from one of the big box stores.
Yeah.
So that's what I like doing. Well, let me show you. So we have trying to show you this right here. So we have
No
our
problem.
nacho.
I had a magician on yesterday, blew my mind away, a perceptionist. This is even better.
So we have just a regular bowl. So in order to do this, I'm doing a bruschetta nacho. So it's sort of nachos, you think Mexican, but I'm sort of going in an Italian direction with them. So I'm adding
Nice.
some cherry tomatoes to this. And then we'll add some purple onion or red onion, whatever you want to call it. And then I have some jalapenos. So I'm going to show you a quick little trick with these jalapenos. So one of the
Nice.
things people are always asking, how do you make the jalapeno or jalapeno, depending on what part of the country you're from, less spicy? So the main thing is it's really easy with the jalapenos. You want to avoid those seeds and those veins. So what I do is let's get the jalapeno and I just cut it like this. I'm going to cut it into little planks. And what you're doing is you're leaving the vein and the seeds inside of that core. And
Nice.
you just cut your little planks like that, and you have your jalapeno. So then you can cut the jalapeno into whatever size you want and use it inside your food. And the thing with the jalapeno is you want to make sure that you don't just go touch your eyes or any other sensitive body parts because of all those enzymes, that juice that comes out of it when you're slicing it, it's going to stick to your hands. And even after you wash your hands, it's still going to be there. So I'm a professional, so I know what to do afterwards. So you definitely want to make sure that you're careful with that. So we'll get back to our bruschetta.
I love the fact that you have a huge knife and you're worried more about the jalapeno than the knife. I'm sitting there going, my wife just cut her finger off over the weekend slicing something, and I'm looking at the knife and you're talking about the juice. That's awesome.
Well, and the two times I've been to the emergency room for knife-related incidents, I was washing my knife.
Oh.
And I thought, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I thought I had those Jedi-like reflexes. And the knife slipped out of my hand, so I tried catching it.
Oh,
Don't do that. That's
another
not a
great
good
piece.
thing.
Chef Anthony, another great piece of advice right there. Don't try to catch a knife.
If the knife is falling on the floor, just let it go.
And move your feet.
And I actually did that. Oh yeah, move your feet. Yeah, definitely. And I actually did that twice. Try to catch my knife twice. I don't know what was with me. So this is our bruschetta. Now, it also looks like a pico de gallo. Do you know what? You said California, right?
Yeah.
What's a pico?
Pico de gallo is the spice, right? Hot.
Well, yeah, it's like a little tomato relish.
Yeah, the red stuff in the pico de gallo.
But the literal translation is rooster's beak.
Really?
So yeah, so when you're at a store or when you're at a Mexican restaurant, you say, hey, no pico or extra pico, you're asking for beak. I have no idea why it's called that, but that's what it is. I thought I'd give you a little fun food fact for today.
I love it.
So we have this in here. Then what I do is, we have our jalapeno that we added in there, a little bit of olive oil, some salt, just mix that in there. And then I mix a little bit of basil and cilantro in there. And that's it. That's the base for our nachos. And we'll just pour that on here. Just like that, nice and messy. And this is a good nacho fact for you here, because Nacho Engineering has gone a long way in the last few years. So when you're engineering this nacho, you want to make sure that you cover all these little points with the cheese or your pico de gallo or bruschetta, because if you don't, that part's going to burn when you cook it.
Oh, nice.
You want to make sure that all that's nice and covered. And that's pretty much it. Then we throw this into the oven. Or into our grill, excuse me, and it's going to end up looking just like this, nice and beautiful.
That is beautiful and tasty, I imagine.
And then what I like doing is I like pairing it with a little queso sauce. So in order to make the queso sauce, I just started off with some heavy cream, and you can do either heavy cream or whole milk. You definitely want to make sure it's a full fat milk. In there, then you add some cheese. I went with like a Fiesta blend or a quesadilla cheese. Put that in there. Then I have some canned tomatoes. I use the ones with the chilies. And you just throw that in there. Then bacon, because, everything's better with bacon, right?
I'm with you.
A little bit of sour cream. And all we're going to do is just put that into our grill. And that was one of the things I was saying is a grill, you can do so many things. You can actually put a pot, a saute pan, on the grill and cook with it like this.
Wow.
So, and because the heat is the same thing as putting it on a burner. So that's why I like cooking it like this. And one of the things when you're cooking like this, you want to use indirect heat. So indirect heat means you put the outermost burners on like a low to medium and the innermost burners off. Because if you have these innermost burners on high, you're going to burn your nachos, right? So you want to make sure that you have that indirect heat. And with, there's a lot of different grills. This one you were asking about the griddle option. You can actually take out these grates and replace it with a griddle. That way you have less equipment that you have to buy.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, and that's amazing. And now we have the World Food Championships coming up. Give us a little bit of background on what that is, and I know you've been a great winner at the World Food Championship itself.
First, you're saying the name wrong. It's World Food Championships. It's the world. So when you say it, you got to put your hands out.
The World Food Championship. All right. Thank you for the
Exactly. So it's going to take place in Dallas this year. Because of COVID, like so many events, we had to reschedule. But, it's an awesome event. It's what made my career, winning at it and having fun at it. And the great thing about it is it's turned into this community. So everyone is family that attends it. Everyone, you might compete against each other, but we're all family there. And it's an awesome event, and it's going to take place this November in Dallas. There's over $300,000 in the prize purse that people can win. There's 10 different categories, and each category winner walks away with $10,000. So it's awesome.
What category are you entering, or many?
What was that?
What category are you going to enter in?
So I'm actually an ambassador for the WFC.
Oh, now. Okay.
So I won in 2016. I was the world recipe champion. And I won my category, $10,000, beat out 40 other chefs in my category. And I competed for a few more years, and then I decided to retire, and I became an ambassador. So I help the other team of our ambassadors, and we help the WFC create the event and come up with rules and make sure that it's an even, fair playing field for everyone.
Yeah, well, it sounds like even more importantly that you create the right culture and community around it, which I can tell with your personality as well. This is my personality day with all of my guests today. Big personalities, big hearts, and there's no better way to show your love, as you know, than food. And so thank you so much for sharing your love and sharing your food with us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Good. And we can find you at Chef Anthony Serrano. Where can they, in chefanthonyserrano.com, but where can they try out for or apply to come to or get more information on the World Food Championships, the WFC World Food Championships?
World Food Championships. Yep, you go to worldfoodchampionships.com or all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's an awesome competition, and it's not just open to professional chefs. That's the great thing. If you have won another contest or competition, then you can actually apply to get a golden ticket or win a golden ticket and be part of the WFC. And a lot of actually our past winners that our regular home cooks have actually beat out the professional chefs.
Wow.
So that's always amazing. Like, I grew up in the restaurant business. I'm a second generation restaurateur and chef. And some of these home cooks who have never been to culinary school or worked in an actual restaurant, they blow my mind how creative they are. And they can go toe to toe with professional chefs.
Well, how people back poker champions. I'm going to back my mom. She can seriously bring it. So she needs a little bit of support. And we'd have a great time in November. Hopefully all of this COVID stuff will be over. And I want to come visit you in Arizona. I get there often. And I'd love to sit down in your backyard and have a meal with you.
Definitely. Let's do it.
Awesome. Thank you, Anthony, so much. Congratulations. Everybody, join the World Food Championship with the World Food Champion himself, Anthony Serrano. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care, my friend.
You too.
Awesome. All right, everyone. It's a beautiful day. It's Jakey Bakey's birthday. Congratulations, Jake. Happy birthday. Training is going to be in about 2 hours and 20 minutes on pitching because 2-Minute Drill launches today on Bloomberg. That's right. 2-Minute Drill Day launches on Bloomberg. Bonnie, superstar in the commercial even for 2-Minute Drill on Bloomberg. Bloomberg.com as well, Bloomberg TV. We got a banner up there coming up. It'll be on Amazon on Monday. Thank you, everybody. Join me for training today, david@dmeltzer.com. Register there. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. Check out the TV show on Bloomberg tonight, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time on Bloomberg Television. The network has been so gracious to us. I want to thank them as well. And then, of course, Amazon Prime Video on Monday. 12 episodes every week. You'll get a new episode for 12 weeks. And then season 2 will be right around the corner in June. But remember, most importantly, everybody, whether you come to training, you can catch all the replays on Spotify featured there, Entrepreneur featured there, or every platform. But remember, most importantly, regardless of whether you come to training at 11, watch Bloomberg's TV show, 2-Minute Drill, or Amazon Prime. It doesn't matter. The only thing I really care about is be kind to your future self and do good deeds. We'll see you at 11 a.m. Pacific time today for some training. And tonight, the launch of 2-Minute Drill. Thank you.